Election stress disorder. It's a real thing. Whether your candidate wins or loses, there are many things you can do to keep your stress levels down and limit anxiety among friends, family, and coworkers. Eyewitness News reporter Jeremy Baker explains.
When a winner is finally announced, there are many things to keep in mind depending on who you voted for, starting with, what if your candidate lost?
Whether you're angry, whether you're stressed, whether you're anxious, whether you're frustrated, all of those are normal emotions. So instead of fighting those emotions, accept them.
Tell yourself what's done is done and it's time to move on.
Just have a good talk with yourself about, darn, I wish it would have been different, but it wasn't.
Some tips to help limit your election stress: acknowledge when you need help, channel that stress into something productive, set boundaries around political conversations, be wary of social media triggers, and don't forget about self-care.
Make sure that you have nutrition. Try to help yourself get enough rest. Avoid the temptation to numb those feelings with alcohol or drugs.
What if your candidate won? Avoid gloating.
That usually turns out to be pretty negative in your personal relationships with that person as well as your work relationships.
Relaxation in either case goes a long way, especially while waiting for the results.
Yoga or Tai Chi or getting a massage or doing things that will help you to relax.
Also, only stress about things you can control. You can't control the outcome of the election now, but you can control your behavior. Jeremy Baker, KENS 5 Eyewitness News.